INFJs, turn your pain into power. INFJs, you know what it feels like to experience pain. Whether it's from past relationships, career struggles, or personal disappointments, your sensitivity makes you more attuned to the emotional weight of life's challenges. But what if I told you that your pain doesn't have to be something that holds you back? Instead, you can transform it into your greatest source of power. Today, we're going to talk about turning that pain, the heartache, the frustration, the moments when you felt like you couldn't go on, into the fuel that propels you toward greater strength and fulfillment. You may have felt alone in your journey, but trust me, there is profound power in every struggle you've endured. You just need to unlock it. As an INFJ, your emotional depth is unparalleled. You feel things deeply, and that intensity can sometimes lead to overwhelming emotions. But this sensitivity also means you have a unique ability to channel your pain into meaningful transformation, both for yourself and those around you. Let's get started. 1. Acknowledge your pain, the first step toward empowerment. The first step to transforming pain into power is to acknowledge it. As INFJs, we often try to bury or ignore our emotions in the hope that they'll disappear. But that only leaves us feeling drained, overwhelmed, or stuck. Think about a time when you ignored your emotions. Perhaps you were in a toxic relationship or had a work setback, but instead of dealing with it, you kept going, hoping it would resolve itself. But it didn't. In fact, the more you ignored it, the more you felt disconnected from yourself. You know that feeling of holding everything inside, feeling like a pressure cooker ready to explode. You've been there, right? Your emotions are screaming for attention, but you keep pushing them away. The more you suppress, the more it hurts. But when you finally allow yourself to feel it all, to truly acknowledge that pain, you create the space to heal and grow. Set aside time to journal or meditate on your feelings. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? By naming your emotions, you can begin the process of understanding and releasing them. Give yourself permission to feel, without judgment. 2. Understand the source of your pain. Self-awareness is key. To turn your pain into power, you need to understand where it's coming from. Is it from a past trauma, an unmet need, or a broken expectation? For INFJs, the pain often comes from unmet idealistic visions or personal values that have been violated. Perhaps you've had a falling out with someone close to you. Their actions hurt you deeply, but what stings the most is the betrayal of your own trust or values. Recognizing that the pain comes not just from their actions, but from the violation of something you hold dear, helps you see the bigger picture. You've felt the sting of disappointment, maybe someone you cared about deeply hurt you, or a dream you've worked hard for fell apart. It's not just the event that causes the pain, but the beliefs and values you've placed in that relationship or goal. The pain is a reflection of your deep commitment to something you care about. Recognizing that gives you clarity. Take time to reflect on what has caused the pain. Look inward and ask, what belief or value was violated? Understanding this helps you realize that your pain isn't just a random event, it's a signpost pointing you toward what matters most to you. Once you know this, you can begin to heal and realign your life with those core values. 3. Embrace your vulnerability, the power in being open. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, especially in a world that encourages people to toughen up. But for INFJs, vulnerability is one of your greatest strengths. By embracing it, you can create deeper connections and use your pain as a source of insight and growth. Think of a time when you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. Perhaps you opened up to a close friend or a partner about something painful. The relief you felt in that moment was powerful because you let go of the burden you'd been carrying alone. You know that feeling of holding back tears or emotions because you're afraid of being judged or misunderstood. But when you finally allow yourself to be vulnerable, you realize that it's not weakness, it's a powerful act of courage. Vulnerability allows you to release the burden and turn it into a catalyst for deeper understanding and connection. Next time you feel vulnerable, don't run from it. Instead, lean into it. Share your pain with someone you trust. Whether it's through journaling, therapy, or deep conversation, vulnerability opens the door to healing and transformation. Remember, your vulnerability is your strength, not your weakness. 4. Reframe your pain, finding the hidden lessons. INFJs have a unique ability to see things from multiple perspectives. When you experience pain, it's easy to get stuck in the victim mentality. But reframing your pain allows you to see it as an opportunity for growth. You've experienced rejection, but have you ever taken a step back and asked what that rejection taught you? Maybe it led you to a deeper understanding of your own worth, or perhaps it pushed you to pursue a different path that ultimately brought you closer to your goals. Think of a painful experience where you felt like life was unfair. Maybe a project you worked on for months fell apart, or a relationship ended unexpectedly. At first, it felt like a setback. But over time, you began to see how that event led you to a better place. The pain became a stepping stone to something more meaningful. Challenge yourself to find the lesson in every painful experience. Write down the ways that particular moment made you grow, whether it deepened your self-awareness, showed you a different perspective, or helped you set stronger boundaries. By finding the lesson, you can turn your pain into power by using it to fuel your personal development. 5. Reconnect with your purpose. Your pain can drive your mission. As an INFJ, you have a strong sense of purpose. Pain often arises when your actions are out of alignment with your deeper mission. By reconnecting with your purpose, you can turn your pain into a powerful tool for personal transformation and growth. After a significant personal loss, you may have questioned your purpose. But eventually, this pain may have reignited your desire to help others, pushing you to volunteer, speak out, or take on new challenges that align with your deeper calling. Pain can feel like a heavy burden, but it also serves as a wake-up call to realign with your purpose. After experiencing significant loss, you may have felt lost yourself, but over time, you realize that your pain became the catalyst for deeper connection to your soul's mission. This realization gave you direction and strength. Reflect on your purpose. What drives you at your core? How can you turn your experiences, your pain, your struggles, into a source of fuel for your mission? Reconnect with your passions and strengths, and use them to create something meaningful that empowers both you and others. 6. Set boundaries, protect your energy and heal. Setting boundaries is essential for INFJs. Without boundaries, you may find yourself giving too much of yourself away, which only deepens the pain. Learning to say no and protect your emotional energy is key to healing and transformation. After experiencing emotional burnout, you may have realized that setting clear boundaries in relationships was the only way to protect yourself. Saying no when you needed to, and distancing yourself from toxic influences, allowed you to heal. You've likely been in a situation where you gave so much of yourself to someone or something, only to find yourself completely drained. It felt like your energy was being siphoned away, and you didn't have the strength to fight back. But when you finally set those boundaries, you felt empowered. You realized that protecting your peace is essential for your well-being. Identify areas in your life where boundaries are needed. Whether it's with family, friends, or work, start setting clear, firm boundaries that protect your emotional energy. Saying no is a powerful act of self-care. You have the right to protect your space and prioritize your own healing. 7. Accept your imperfections, the beauty in your flaws. INFJs have a tendency to hold themselves to very high standards. You might struggle with perfectionism and feel like you need to have everything figured out. But part of turning your pain into power lies in accepting that you are beautifully imperfect, and your flaws don't define you, they refine you. You may have experienced a failure, such as not meeting a personal or professional goal, and felt crushed by it. Maybe you believed you were somehow inadequate or incapable. But when you accepted that nobody is perfect, including you, you realized that failure was simply part of the journey, not a permanent label. Think back to a moment when you criticized yourself harshly after a mistake or failure. Perhaps you held on to feelings of shame or guilt, thinking you weren't good enough. But eventually, with time, you learned to be kinder to yourself. You realized that your mistakes were stepping stones to growth, not signs of inadequacy. You embraced your imperfections as part of your unique story. Start practicing self-compassion. When you make a mistake, instead of criticizing yourself, treat yourself as you would a close friend. Offer understanding and encouragement. Remind yourself that it's okay to be imperfect. Reframe your flaws as strengths in disguise, things that make you uniquely you, and fuel your growth. 8. Find strength in solitude, reconnect with your inner power. As an INFJ, you likely thrive in solitude. Your moments of pain may have led you to seek solitude for reflection, but sometimes, it can also make you feel isolated. However, the key is understanding that your solitude is not loneliness, it's an opportunity to reconnect with your deepest self and your inner strength. You may have retreated into solitude after a relationship ended or after facing a challenging situation. Initially, the loneliness felt overwhelming, but over time, you started to reconnect with your values, passions, and dreams. Your alone time became a source of healing, allowing you to rediscover your strength. It's in your quiet moments, sitting with your thoughts, away from the noise of the world, that you often find clarity. You've probably had times when the world felt too chaotic, and all you wanted was peace. In those moments, you realize that solitude gives you the space to hear your own voice, to heal, and to empower yourself. Schedule regular alone time, where you can disconnect from external influences and reconnect with yourself. Whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature, use these moments to reflect, recharge, and find your inner strength. Embrace solitude as a tool for self-discovery and empowerment. 9. Practice self-care, nurture your mind, body, and soul. As an INFJ, you might find yourself giving so much of your energy to others that you forget to take care of yourself. This can lead to burnout, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. To transform your pain into power, it's essential to prioritize self-care. After a particularly draining period, whether emotionally, physically, or mentally, you may have realized that you were neglecting your own needs. By practicing self-care, you started to replenish your energy and find peace again. It could have been something as simple as taking a walk in nature, treating yourself to a relaxing evening, or setting boundaries with people who were draining you. There's a deep exhaustion that comes with constantly pouring yourself into other people's problems without taking time for yourself. But when you finally give yourself permission to rest, to do something that nourishes your soul, you feel the power of rejuvenation. You realize that you cannot pour from an empty cup, and self-care is not selfish, it's essential. Create a self-care routine that nourishes every aspect of your being, mind, body, and soul. Make time for activities that bring you joy and peace, whether it's reading a book, taking a bath, exercising, or spending time with loved ones. Prioritize your well-being so you can continue to show up as your best self for the world around you. 10. Use your intuition, let it guide you through pain. INFJs have an extraordinary ability to tap into their intuition. When you face pain or difficult situations, your intuition can be a powerful guide to help you navigate through them. Trusting your inner wisdom allows you to see beyond the surface of your pain and uncover the lessons it holds. You may have experienced a situation where your intuition told you to walk away from something or someone, even when logic suggested otherwise. Trusting that inner voice, despite the pain of leaving behind what you thought was right, led you to greater peace and clarity in the long run. You know that moment of clarity when your intuition speaks louder than any rational thought. It's as if your heart knows the way, even when your mind is clouded by doubt or fear. Your pain often becomes the catalyst for a deeper connection with your intuition. By listening to it, you can find the path forward and transform your pain into insight. Tune into your intuition regularly. Practice mindfulness and quiet your mind through meditation or journaling, allowing your inner voice to speak to you. When faced with pain, ask yourself, what is my intuition telling me about this situation? Trust that your inner wisdom will guide you through. 11. Embrace change, let go of what no longer serves you. Pain often arises from clinging to things, people, or situations that are no longer in alignment with who you are becoming. Embracing change, even when it's uncomfortable, allows you to release what's holding you back and make space for new opportunities and growth. You may have had to let go of a long-standing relationship or change careers, even though it felt terrifying. The pain of leaving something familiar behind was immense, but in doing so, you opened the door to new, more fulfilling experiences that align with your evolving self. The pain of change can feel like a deep loss, even when you know it's necessary. It's like the moment when you let go of a tree branch and have to trust that you'll land on your feet. But with time, you realize that the change was essential for your growth. The pain eventually transforms into gratitude for the lessons learned and the new possibilities that emerge. Identify areas of your life where change is needed. Is there something or someone that no longer serves you? Have the courage to let go. Trust that the pain of change is temporary, but the growth and empowerment that follow will last a lifetime. 12. Cultivate resilience, strength through adversity. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges. For INFJs, this means using your pain as a springboard to develop inner strength. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger and more equipped to handle life's obstacles. Reflect on a difficult time when you thought you couldn't go on, but somehow you made it through. Whether it was the loss of a job, a difficult breakup, or emotional turmoil, you found the strength to move forward. You realized that each setback built your resilience, and now you're better prepared for whatever comes next. You've experienced moments when the weight of the world felt too heavy to bear. Yet, you somehow found the strength to keep going. There's a quiet power that emerges in those moments of struggle, the realization that you are stronger than you thought. Each challenge, no matter how painful, adds a layer of resilience to your character. Reflect on past challenges and how they've shaped you. Celebrate the strength you've built through adversity. When faced with new difficulties, remind yourself of your resilience. You have overcome so much, and you are capable of overcoming even more. 13. Surround yourself with positive influences, build a healing circle. As an INFJ, you deeply value meaningful connections. But when you're in pain, it's crucial to surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Negative relationships only amplify your suffering, while positive influences help you heal and grow. After a painful experience, such as a toxic relationship or personal setback, you may have distanced yourself from people who drained your energy. Instead, you sought out friends, mentors, or support groups that understood and encouraged you, helping you heal more quickly. You've likely been in a situation where certain people in your life were adding to your pain rather than supporting you. Their negativity or criticism weighed heavily on your spirit. But when you surrounded yourself with uplifting people, those who celebrated your growth and provided a safe space for you, you felt a profound shift. You were able to heal, to flourish, and to step into your power. Evaluate your relationships. Are there people in your life who bring you down or drain your energy? Set boundaries with them, and seek out connections that nourish your soul. Build a healing circle of people who support, inspire, and empower you to be your best self. 14. Pay it forward, transform your pain into compassion. One of the most powerful ways to transform pain into power is by using your experiences to help others. When you pay it forward, whether through acts of kindness, mentorship, or simply listening, you not only help others heal, but you also transform your own pain into compassion and empathy. After going through a painful experience, you may have started to reach out to others who were facing similar challenges. Perhaps you volunteered, shared your story, or simply offered a listening ear. This act of kindness not only helped them, but it also gave you a sense of purpose and healing. Think of a time when someone's kindness helped you through a difficult time. It might have been a simple gesture, a word of encouragement, or a moment of understanding that made all the difference. In those moments, you realized that your pain could serve as a bridge to help others, creating a ripple effect of healing and empowerment. Find ways to share your experiences with others who might benefit from them. Whether it's through volunteer work, mentorship, or simply being there for a friend, turn your pain into a source of compassion. By helping others, you not only heal yourself, but you also create a supportive community that amplifies the power of transformation. INFJs, you've learned how to turn your pain into power by acknowledging it, understanding its source, embracing vulnerability, reframing it for growth, reconnecting with your purpose, and much more. These strategies are tools that will help you transform every painful experience into a stepping stone for personal growth. Now, I want to challenge you to take these insights and apply them. What will you do today to begin turning your pain into power? Share in the comments below and let's support each other on this transformative journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more empowering content. Remember, your pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. You are stronger than you think, and you have the power to shape your future. Keep turning your pain into power, and trust that you are on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.